Hello again, everyone. Tonight, I want to share with you some important updates and want to talk to you a little bit about the coming days. So, I've been watching YouTube videos that are sharing about this unprecedented phenomenon, celestial phenomenon of seven comets, seven objects in our solar system becoming brighter and approaching Earth in the months of October, November, December this year. And this is super important, and we have been studying about it. We will share more information about that in upcoming videos on our website, whitecloudfarm.org. But I wanted to show you on this image that phenomenon, and you see the comets around. And here's 3I Atlas, the interstellar object. And this has biblical significance that God wants everyone to understand. And he's pointing to this year and what is taking place. And as we've talked about before, this is the time when the fall of Babylon is to happen. And tomorrow is a special day. It's the partial solar eclipse. And we have shared a flyer with our followers in Telegram, and I want to invite you to join the Telegram chat. And this flyer talks about how the prophecy of the sixth trumpet, about the four angels that were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men. And those 4 time units, we have shown how they are represented by the celestial events of the total lunar eclipse on March 13, 14 this year, and that was representing the hour. Then the solar eclipse on March 29 represented the unit of a day, and September 7th, the lunar eclipse that we just had representing the month, and tomorrow is the partial solar eclipse that represents the unit of the year. And especially interesting and important how these eclipses have happened in areas in the skies and the heavens that are marked by God as special points in the Bible, in Revelation. Because right here we have the lunar eclipse that happened right at the area where Virgo is. And here's the equinox point. And then we had the solar eclipse right at the area where the equinox point is in Pisces, and the same with the lunar eclipse that we just had this month with the equinox point in Pisces at this point. And the solar eclipse tomorrow will happen in the constellation of Virgo, and this has spiritual significance. So I want to invite you to watch the videos that we share on our website. This video, The Fall of Babylon, is the most recent video that we have published. And here we explain about the time frames of the fall of Babylon that is described in Revelation 18. Revelation 18 talks about 3 hours in which Babylon falls. And 3 groups of people are mentioned there in regards to that fall. And so in the video that we shared, we encourage everyone during the time frames that are presented that begin tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first day of the first hour, to watch the news, to see what is happening. And it's pretty interesting to me to see how the funeral of Charlie Kirk is happening precisely tomorrow, September 21st. And that's a big event in the United States. And then I read recently also about the increased tensions that are happening between Russia and NATO that are causing fear of World War III. These are events that are important at the global level. And then I read about an executive order that Donald Trump signed on Friday about this fee to be imposed on those H-1B visa holders. And this the deadline for this is also tomorrow, the 21st. And I've read about tech companies urging their employees to either stay in the United States or return to the US before this deadline of implementation begins. So we see things incrementing in the world, and we want to invite everyone to pay attention to see how things develop. I want to invite you to join our Alnitak chat. Many people joined with the last videos that I shared in the channel, and I'm really, really happy about that because we're studying together, learning what the Lord is revealing, and we want to do that with more of you. So I want to encourage you to join. I will put a link in the description of this video. And as we continue to see the heavenly events, this is like it's an unprecedented event of these comets nearing Earth all at once at this time, exactly when the fall of Babylon is to take place and Jesus' second coming as well. In Revelation 19, it talks about Jesus coming, and it says, and the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And as we have shared, this three-eye object, the third interstellar object that was discovered, represents the censer that Jesus threw at the end of his intercessory ministry in heaven. And it's a sign of the point of no return for the earth. So and it's really exciting because in a video that I watched about these comets, it says that they are moving rapidly to Earth and to our solar system. And this shows the final rapid movements that are taking place. And God doesn't want anybody to be unaware of the time. So we want to invite you to, again, visit our website, watch the videos. This video, The Midnight Cry, is super important because just like in the time of Joshua, when Jericho was to fall, there were people, the Israelites, believed the testimony that God had given to Joshua, and in faith, they walked around the city, and God brought down those walls when they shouted in faith. And so when the midnight cry is given, which we have shared in this video about the time frame when this is to take place, we want to invite all of you to join and to proclaim the coming of the bridegroom in faith. So I want to encourage you to join our Alnitak chat, to watch the videos on our website, to ask us questions, to share with us what you learned from the materials, and to be ready for the soon coming of Jesus, to go with him and to see the reward of the ones that rejected his offer of salvation. So blessings, and we are happy to have you in the Alnitak chat. So please join.